Yo, it's Mel from Rap Rankings. To hear the full episode this clip comes from and all the other episodes, stop by raprankings.com or search Rap Rankings on your favorite podcast platform. Track 6, Roc Boys, parentheses, and the winner is, ... Produced by Sean C and LV and Diddy again. Folks, 8-.
Flat 8, ding me baby.
Wow. Well, would you look at that?
Who's following narratives now?
This song, folks, it was the second single from Jay-Z's, I'm reading it verbatim. It's the second single from this album.
Right, Blue Magic
should have been
the first single.
If you ask me, should have been the first.
Blue Magic, a very odd first single, I must say.
He must have been on that Blue Magic when he dropped Blue Magic as the first single. Yeah, and I guess it's like the street single, but I think it's a bad street single. It's a bad regular single, just a bad single. This definitely should have been the first one, but maybe he thought this was like maybe too similar to Show Me What You Got, perhaps. Like, I don't know.
I don't put this in the Show Me What You Got, Hovey Baby.
I just think in terms of like it being sort of celebratory.
Yeah, and horn driven. I get it. I'm just saying, I think this is like a pop record compared to those records.
Yeah. I mean, I think Show Me What You Got's a pop record too. Hovey Baby, definitely not a pop record.
Not at all. And neither is What More Can I Say?
Yeah.
And I think Show Me What You Got is like, it's not catchy.
No, it's not catchy in that sense. Like,
this is catchy.
Not a catchy song.
There's some, that we in the house, you got that repeated refrain in the background. Yeah, we got the horns.
It's catchy musically. There are catchy moments.
It's got a nice like upbeat energy to it. I definitely think this is like the first time on this album that like different receptors are going off in my brain now. Like, it definitely fits musically with that 70s theme, but it's a lot more vibrant and upbeat than the previous stuff we've been hearing. It's a celebratory track for sure.
Speaking of celebratory, he explained the celebratory nature of the song in an interview with XXL in October of 2007. He said, I represent hip-hop first and foremost. Like when I go into a Biggie zone or M zone or anybody else, I mean, that's what it's about. I mean, I can rap. I'm not doing that because I'm at a loss for fucking words. I've said a lot of words in my career. I got my words. I use vehemently in a rhyme, I got a lot of words. I got a vast vocabulary. But when I heard the record, I was like, this shit sounds like a celebration, right? So that's what it was. He also said, I had all this real subject matter on American Gangster, and I wanted the story arc to have that celebratory moment. You've reached the height of everything. The horns made me feel like I was winning a Grammy.
It's that montage music, really.
Power. Yeah. Oh, for sure.
It's that big montage where they rise to power. And, I think that Technical J returns briefly in the second verse.
Yeah. Agreed.
When he's talking about, let your hair down, baby. I just hit a score. Pick any place on the planet. Pick a shore. Take what the Forbes figure, then figure more. Because they forgot to account what I did with the raw.
Yeah.
Pick a time, let's pick apart some stores. Pick a weekend for freaking for figure fours. I figure frauds never hit a lick before, so they don't know the feeling when them things get across. Put your hand out the window, feel the force, feel the Porsche, hit the frost. Like, yo, he kind of gets in his bag a little bit there in that second verse. I haven't heard him like really chop it up like that since the Black album.
And folks, the key to being technical, well, and maybe it's not your key, depending on your purpose in the rap game, but what you want to accomplish. But Jay is good at not only being technical, but being technical while still being accessible. It's not,
without getting lost up his own ass,
Right. Like the technicality is cool because it works on a pop record. Like, it's not enough to just be technical unless you're not making a pop record, and you can be as technical as you want to be. But what's dope is that he's technical on this pop record, and I don't think he really loses anybody. It sounds cool while also being technical.
And because he's not doing that on all the verses, he knows when it's time to show out, and he knows when it's time to just kind of ride the beat and not get in the way of the feel of the record.
Yeah.
When you give him a moment, it's like, woo! woo, he just went off right there. But now you're not struggling to catch up to what you missed while you were just freaking out for a couple seconds. You know, it's good pacing from a songwriting perspective. You know, it's like sitting there right in the second verse. Like the first verse kind of opens up the, you know, like the concept of the record. Jay-Z kind of like making a toast. I want to thank my connect, all this person, the duffel bag, the brown paper bag. You know, it's very cheeky. The second verse is very technical. And then the third verse is back in just full celebratory mode.
Yeah. You know, it's almost like this first verse is like it's a victory lap. It's like you know, it's cheeky. It's like, ha, I beat the case, you know, and like, I'm gonna rub it in your face now, you know. You know, boys in blue put greed before the badge. Thanks to the lames, niggas with bad aim. Thanks to a little change, I tell you out the game. Bullet wounds to stop your buffoonery. Thanks to the past to rapping at your eulogy. To little Kim and them, you know, the women friend who carried her work cross state for a gentleman, you know, like, and he's flowing on verse 1 too, you know. I wrote Slick Hove is back. The Roc Boys are in the building tonight.
They're in the building. I can confirm that they're in the building.
And of course, you know, that most importantly, us, the customer, you know.
The customer and the idiots in the background yelling. I like it.
I mean, yeah, like he said, to finish that thing, it's like he wanted to capture rise to power, the height of your career, to be blindly successful. I wanted to encapsulate all those feelings at the moment where everything's going well before it all falls apart. And I think he did that. He did that here. And not just in his lyrics, but also the music, you know, Puff and them. I got the three of them, Sean, C, and LV and Puff. They spoke about this in XXL. Puff said, the Roc Boys is crazy. It's one of them urgent tracks. We all love the tracks that Hov does that are urgent. That really, as soon as the needle hits, it just takes you on a journey. As soon as the needle hits, it just feels like you're driving nonstop. The way these horns is playing, it's also a different sounding joint for Jay, but it's not too much of a departure where you can't recognize the flavor in it. LV said, this is the first joint we did after we heard the first two of our songs Jay recorded. So me and Sean C were excited. After we heard Sweet and No Hook, we was like, oh shit. We got mad amped, and that's how we came up with Roc Boys. Coincidentally, Jay heard it and was on the same vibe, like it was a celebration. That was one we made specifically for him. We wanted it to be that joint. You ever hear a joint on another nigga's album like, damn, I wish I did that beat? And Sean C said, lastly, this was something we didn't have already. We did that for Jay. You know, that was after Sweet and No Hook. We was like, we got to get a bunch of records on there. We went shopping and just started chopping more stuff up, and that was one of the joints that came out of that. I'm excited to hear what people are going to say about it. It don't sound like any records that are out right now, so I'm psyched to hear what people are going to say about that shit. What shocks me about all this...
When you hear a beat that you wish you did...
Oh, listen,
like, Listen, I'm thinking like 07, like, came out that year. Curtis, I would have loved to be on the production lineup of Curtis. It ended up outselling Graduation in the long run. And I would have gotten a
Curtis
plaque.
Review out now, folks. It's
I would have gotten
episode 2 of season 1.
And I would have had the plaque hanging right here. Would have been a good year. Better year. This is a decent year.
Yeah, I mean, I think this works because although it has like that celebratory nature, like Show Me What You Got, I think he gets out-rapped by the beat on Show Me What You Got. That doesn't happen here.
This beat's not as big as Show Me What You Got. It definitely has the driving force of that horn. But it's not, you know, with like the crazy 1500 and nothing like drum pattern, you know, like bringing a guy in to just go absolutely ham on the drums.
Yeah, it's none of that, you know. Now I will say about this chorus, it's always been sort of shaky cadence wise to me. It's like we the dope boys of the year. Like you have to really like speed that up to get that in there, but it's whatever. I assume we're celebrating, right? So we're drunk off of Ace of Spades or Ciroc or whatever.
I really don't think that's awkwardly phrased.
I always have. I always felt that way. You know, you ain't got to bring your purses out. We the dope boys of the year. It's like it's the boys of the year part,
right? I guess it's just weird. Like no one's ever really been like awarded dope boy of the year before, so I guess it's a weird concept to think about.
The first annual Dope Boy of the Year award went to
The Roc Boys.
The Roc Boys. But yeah, that verse too. I mean, you nailed it. Like it's technical. It's like candy, you know. If you like that technical rap, some good stuff in there. You know, I vividly remember my mom actually spitting some of these lines to me while it was on, like on the radio or something. Good memory of mine. She like knew this whole verse by heart, which is maybe my mom's a technical rapper on the low, and she never told me.
Well, I don't think it's that she's never told you. I think it's that you never listened to a Tech Nine album before, and you haven't heard her features. I've been a long time fan.
A long time fan of my mom.
As an MC, to be clear.
Woo. Hey. Now, of course, verse 2 has I won't even say infamous because I don't think anybody remembers it, because he fell victim to the thing of making pop culture references that are going to be dated within like a few months. So he ends the verse with, Heron got less steps than Britney. That means it ain't stepped on, didn't he? You know, like... To which I just write, oh man, Hove. I mean, if you don't understand the reference, I don't blame you folks, because it was a in the moment thing. But what was it? Britney Spears.
It's a don't even ask me how, though.
Is it?
Yeah. We'll explain first.
Well, I mean, it's a don't even ask me how, but like it's not a good one.
No, it's not. It's a bad one.
Yeah, Britney Spears, I think it was an award show. She was like walking up or down a flight of stairs and she tripped. Is that what happened?
Yeah.
And that was like in the news for a while. It's like, oh, Britney Spears tripped on the stairs, you know, and everybody laughed. And,
but he's saying heroin, you know, like stepped on is like bad quality heroin. Like it's been
passed
watered
around.
down.
It's been watered down. Yeah, it's heroin is pure. It hasn't been stepped on. Got less steps than Britney. That means it ain't stepped on. Dig me? Like,
now, because it's Blue Magic, right? It's the best. But
now, wait, does he say dig me?
Yeah.
I always thought he was saying, didn't he? Like, did he just say that? Like, didn't he just say that? Like,
no, he's saying dig me.
Oh, dig me. Okay. That makes it a little better.
At the time, Britney Spears, I think, was going through some things, and she might have been dealing with. I'm not saying heroin, but I'm saying she might have been dealing with some issues. You know.
Oh, you're saying that's the don't even ask me how? Oh, come on.
And plus, when we say Britney, you know, Miley Cyrus, Britney, you know, when we're talking about trappers, we're talking about, you know,
bricks of cocaine, that white.
Britney, yeah, that white, you know, so it's like, come on, man, stepped on into the, come on, don't even ask me.
Whiter than Katy Perry's faces, yellow diamonds on my Jesus. So that's a different album, but yeah.
So we got
same thing.
We got 2 more weeks of Don't Even Ask Me How after this.
Yeah. Verse 3, I'll say the extent of art talk in Hove's career should have been here. Rare Porsches, rare portraits, rare guns, if you dare not come near the fortress. Rare portraits should have been the beginning and end.
Game and Lil Wayne did a song in 2009 called Red Magic. And
they did?
Yeah, and Wayne uses that as the chorus, but he changes it to red. Red Porsches, red portraits, red guns, if you dare come near the fortress. And it's called Red Magic, and you can find it on YouTube.
How have I never heard this?
You never heard Red Magic?
Never heard it. Oh. I don't think. Maybe I have. It's just been a long time. I don't know.
Red Magic. It was on one of those The Empires. I think it was on a game mixtape as well.
I probably have heard it. I you know what?
It's not especially great. I'm just saying it's something that exists.
That's probably why I don't remember it, but I'm sure I've heard it.
They have
if
other
it was
songs
Wayne that came out
too,
between
you know,
07 and 09, I've heard it.
They got another one, Red something, or like something from that era where it's more like infrared maybe. It's like more like barring out. I don't know. This is what are we doing here? Third verse.
I'll tell you what we're doing. How do you feel about this line, Moulz? Rich niggas, black bar mitzvahs, mazel tov. It's a celebration, bitches. Chaim.
Here's how I feel about it.
Okay.
I have a friend that I grew up with by the name of Shah. You know Shah. He has the same birthday as you.
I've heard much about him. He has the same birthday. We're connected in that way. I'm a fan of Shah.
So my friend Shah grew up as a Baptist Christian, and he converted to Judaism in after college.
Whoopi Goldberg type stuff.
Whoopi Goldberg, yeah, a black Jewish man. I wholeheartedly support and embrace Shah. Shaw never made a history of saying off-color things about Jews in his music or in any of his other endeavors. So I'll give Shaw 100% of my blessing to go and be Jewish. He's more Jewish than me. He cares more about like the traditions and all the like. I'll say he's more Jewish than me.
Wow. Well, hold on. I gotta play this now.
And you ain't black.
Yeah, that's right. And well, Shaw is, but I'm not. But
right, but I just mean the original context of that that
like,
soundbite.
Should the guy who said "flow tight" like I was born Jewish, and just like 2 songs ago was talking about his Jew, or one song ago was talking about my Jewish lawyer too, enjoyed the fruits of letting my cash stack. Are we talking about L'chaim? Like here's what I'll say. We're gonna take it on a case by case basis. Jay-Z's application to be Jewish is denied. Shaw was accepted. Jay-Z denied. Rick Ross put out a mixtape called Black Bar Mitzvah, I think in 2014. And he's the man who said the only fat redacted in a sauna with Jews.
I mean, that was on Take Care.
Yeah, but I'm saying his application is accepted. Even though he's a police officer, I'm not going to hold that against him right now and even though he's an enemy of 50 Cent, his application to be Jewish, accepted. Will.i.am and the Black Eyed Peas, they talk about Mazel Tov or whatever on I Got a Feeling. Check. APLD, whatever your name is, Fergie, fucking all of the Black Eyed Peas, Taboo. Okay, you're all accepted. You're all Jewish now. Dan Wolf, if you want to be Jewish, holla at me. But if you're not already, and Jesse, of course, all right. And if you want to be Jewish, you let me know. But Jay-Z, I don't know. You said too many things. I don't feel comfortable accepting your application.
My God.
And then you say that shit you said on 4-4 about us owning all the property in America. That's factually incorrect. Hey. You own property. Are you Jewish?
Ooh.
Come on. Get real.
Well,
I'm denying your application to be Jewish, and you asked me how I felt about it. I'll tell you how I feel. That's how I feel. Denied.
Well, yeah, that's
I don't go on this show talking about I'm black, and then Mel has to play You Ain't Black. Well,
does he say, he doesn't say he's Jewish, but he does say Black Bar Mitzvahs, Mazel Tov, L'chaim.
And L'chaim, like, come on, bro. If you wanna pay respect to my culture, my religion, please do so. But if you want to do
then you
that,
can't turn around and say stuff like you said on 444.
444, even on the last song, like we gotta. If you really want to embrace Judaism, you gotta abandon the tropes.
Hey,
if you don't, then like just have a different kind of party than a bar mitzvah.
Word.
Also, bar mitzvahs are for 13-year-olds. How old are you when you made this album?
Oh man!
You don't get a bar mitzvah like later on down the line. Denied. Well, application denied. But welcome to the Jewish religion. Meek Mill. I don't know how he got in here, but Meek Mill, BEP, Black Eyed Peas, and Rick Ross. Congrats. Welcome to Judaism.
Well, I'll end here.
You asked. You asked.
I did ask, and now we know. Moulz has weighed in on Jay's attempt at paying.
Let me ask you something. How do you feel about Rachel Dolezal?
I would go into that, but not this episode.
We'll get to her one of these days.
We'll get to her one of these days. If you must know now, I'll sum it up like this. She shouldn't have did what she did, but at least she did what she did. And if she's listening...
And you ain't black.
That's right. But I'll say one thing. She wasn't saying mean things about black people and then turning around and being the chair of the NAACP or whatever she
took
was.
allyism way too far.
Way too far. Way too. Where's Doja Cat when you need her? Lyrically lost.
Ally
actually
lost.
Racially lost.
Exactly.
And Jay-Z, you're not. He does this when he hangs out with Jay Electronica. He thinks he's a 5%er. When he's hanging out with these executives at the record labels and the Barclays Center, he thinks he's Jewish. Like, bro, just like why do you want to be like you weren't Jewish, you're not Muslim. Like, be what you are. Aren't you Christian? Catholic?
No, he's actually a black superhero.
Oh my
as he
goodness.
said at the end of this song. It's black superhero music right here, baby.
Yeah, he says Lukey baby too. What is he talking about? Frank
Lukey,
Lucas?
baby. I guess.
Why do you say that?
I can't do the laugh right now. It's a specific cadence to the laugh.
Anyway, despite the fact that he's talking about L'chaim and all the other shit, I'll give him a pass. It's a good song.
He does say that sweet, which I wish he wouldn't say, but we'll get to that.
It sends like a chill down my spine.
Yeah. Final note. Just figured I'd throw this in here because I just remember reading this. Why didn't Kanye West make an appearance in the music video? Apparently, at the time of the video's filming, Kanye was on tour performing at the Desert Rhythm Festival in Dubai. He wrote on his blog he was, quote, salty that he missed it, adding that the scene with Jay, Puff, and Nas is iconic. 3 Kings. And I remember reading that on his
Sabotage.
blog.
Didn't want him in the video. Not a Roc Boy.
I'm loving the conspiracies. I'm loving the conspiracies. And you ain't Roc. You know? So that's all I got. Want to move on?
Everyone's trying to sabotage everyone. Kanye tried to sabotage Drake.
It's a game of sabotage.
It really is. When you're playing at the top guy level and you're doing top guy shit, when you had the biggest selling album of that year or whatever have you, you're one of the biggest names in rap. You're constantly maneuvering, and sometimes letting someone come on your track and do a good job results in them saying you got renegaded for 20 years.
This is the risk you take in the rap game. That's why I'm out of it. It's not the sole reason.
He didn't want to get Hello Brooklyn. Or rather, show me what you got it. But we can move on.
Yo, it's Mel from Rap Rankings. To hear the full episode this clip comes from and all the other episodes, stop by raprankings.com or search Rap Rankings on your favorite podcast platform.